to order the City of Daly City regular meeting, City Council meeting on Monday, April 14th, 2025. You can view this meeting through YouTube at dalycity.gov/streams. Or you could go on your Comcast channel 27. Public participation, there are three ways to submit public comment. Number one, submit written comments by meeting day. Two, submit written comments during the meeting. And three, attend the meeting in person. So we'll just go ahead and I'll skip down to the call to the order. So the City of Daly City acknowledges that we are on ancestral lands of the Ramaytush and Ohlone peoples. We recognize their enduring connection to this region and honor their history, culture, and contributions. As indigenous protectors of this land, we affirm their sovereign rights as the original inhabitants of this land and pay respects to the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. Can I have everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Could I please have roll call, please? The city clerk.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Present.
Ms. Perano,
Here.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, present.
Ms. Manalo,
Present.
Dr. Rod.
Present. Okay, so item number one, we have a proclamation for Fair Housing Month. And I'd like to go ahead and present this. Before we go up, I'm just going to read this off real quick. Thank you. Proclamation, Fair Housing Month. Whereas adequate housing is a basic need and right of all people, and whereas this year we celebrate the 57th anniversary of the enactment of the Federal Housing Act of 1968, which states that discrimination in the sale and rental of housing is illegal when based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. And whereas the Fair Housing Amendments Act of 1988 extends fair housing rates to include protection against discrimination based on familial status for families with children and on the basis of a disability for individuals with disabilities. And whereas California's statutes additionally protect citizens on the basis of age, marital status, sexual orientation, gender identity, and source of income, and California celebrates the 65th anniversary of the Fair Employment and Fair Housing Housing Act. And whereas the City of Daly City supports fair housing efforts to eliminate discrimination in housing and recognizes the benefits of Project Sentinel to educate home seekers, apartment managers, and apartment owners on federal and state housing laws and to investigate complaints of illegal housing discrimination in Daly City. And whereas in order to heighten public awareness, the City of Daly City wishes to focus public attention on April as Fair Housing Month. And now therefore, I, Dr. Roderick Dasmag-Boal, and the members of the City Council of the City of Daly City do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Fair Housing Month and do encourage all residents and community organizations to celebrate the value of harmonious and diverse communities of neighbors and to support the goal of equal housing opportunity for all. Signed and sealed by the Mayor and City Council of City of Daly City this 14th day of April 2025. And we have Jacob Arte.
Yeah.
Sorry if I brutalized your name.
Okay.
It was from Project Sentinel, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
See you, and then if you have some words for us.
Sure. Great. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you guys again. I want to thank you guys on behalf of Project Sentinel. We've worked with Daly City for many years, and we've done great work for our low-income tenants in Daly City. It's been a rough couple months for Project Sentinel. The federal government has cut our funds, and then it was paused in court. So we're kind of in limbo right now with funding, and it kind of just solidifies great of a relationship we have with our local cities and Daly City especially. So yeah, I want to just thank you guys for your continued support, and we look forward to working with you guys far into the future. Thank you.
Jacob. Are there any comments from my colleagues? Council Member Manalo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say thank you for the tremendous work you all are doing. We know how important it is to have nonprofits like yourself really be on the ground with the communities, really ensuring that they understand their rights, and also just be educated and have case managers to go to. We know that historically it hasn't always been accessible as far as housing, and that there has always been a unfortunate barrier. Right, at one point there was redlining here in Daly City and other areas, and the work continues to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to remain in their homes. And the work that you do is very crucial. We know that, I was just also with one elderly woman who unfortunately had to leave her home. And thankfully, the county is helping her find a stabilized home, but seeing that process and without organizations like you where they can get that accessible information, get referred to whatever legal support they need is really a safety net. And so just want to say thank you, because it's really the people that are behind the organization like yourself that have really that passion and desire to serve. Thank
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other comments?
I just make it really simple. I agree everything what she just said. Really do appreciate what you're doing for the people that need your help. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Thank you. Well, Project Sentinel, I mean, like you said, not just a thank you, but everyone that surrounds you, you guys never give up. And I know it's a really tough time. We don't know what's ahead, but we do know we have hope.
Yeah.
Right? So we're not going to give up the hope, because of all of us collectively, where there's more of us, right, that are supportive of fairness and equality and in our communities. Right. So always remember that, and that we're here for you, and that we'll fight this thing together to see a brighter day, and then where everyone is provided the housing, because it is a right to have housing and to have fair housing, and people don't even know their rights. So thank you for being there on the other end. I refer a lot of people, and they feel very comfortable because nowadays, as you know, that's another point about cultural sensitivity, and that you are always there on the other end providing the language or cultural sensitivity as well. And that's really, really important. So thank you, and thank you everyone at the organization for what you do, and hang in there. It's going to get better. We have to think positive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
Thank you, Mayor. I've had a real estate license for over 30 years, and when you have a license and have to renew, there's certain aspects of the law that the normal layperson does not know. And I think the efforts that you folks have put together to bring about the awareness and to advise folks, hey, that's a violation, I think is very, very important. I mean, the federal government has created these laws for a reason. And as Councilmember Manalo says, and I was looking online, I've always had that book in my mind, but I can't find it. And I actually have a copy. I don't know if it's called Rule of Law or something like that, where folks were discriminated here in Daly City and Westlake, where they could not even buy a home because of discriminatory practices. So I want to say thank you for everything you do. And you're Gary.
Jacob.
Oh, Jacob. Okay. Okay, because I went online and I was looking at the board, and I thought the mayor had said Gary.
I'm not on the board. I'm just a fair housing coordinator. Yeah.
Oh, but
I'm
still,
like a foot soldier,
I
yeah.
think it's important.
Yeah.
I thought you were this Gary Maggard or something like that, and I saw that he's the treasurer. And I says, if anybody knows about the money, it's you.
No. Yeah,
But-
no.
still the same. And I appreciate you being a part and just basically keeping up with the awareness. And thank you, Mayor, for producing that proclamation in acknowledgement for them. Thank you. That's all I have.
We
Thank
got
you.
you.
Thank you again, Jacob, for coming through. I think one thing that we all have to do, just like what Councilmember Giovanni was saying, is that we all gotta stick together. I think that when we have a united stand, then we can really make change and fight for what we all believe in. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. I think I got it right.
All right, so moving down to item number 2, proclamation for Autism Awareness Month. Whereas autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a complex developmental condition that affects communication, behavior, and social interaction, and is estimated to affect 1 in 36 children in the United States, according to the CDC. And whereas individuals with autism are valued members of our community who contribute their unique talents and perspectives in meaningful and diverse ways. And whereas raising public awareness, understanding, and acceptance of autism is essential to creating inclusive environments where individuals with autism and their families feel supported and empowered. And whereas early diagnosis and intervention, high-quality services, and evidence-based practices can significantly improve outcomes for individuals with autism. And whereas Autism Awareness Month provides an important opportunity to promote advocacy, celebrate neurodiversity, and recognize the efforts of individuals, families, educators, healthcare providers, and organizations who work tirelessly to support those affected by autism. And whereas the symbol of the puzzle piece and the color blue have become widely recognized emblems of autism awareness, encouraging unity and education throughout the month of April. Now therefore, I, Dr. Roderick Dosmag-Boal, Mayor and the members of the City Council of the City of Daly City, do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Autism Awareness Month and encourage all citizens to learn more about autism and take action to create a more inclusive and supportive society for all. Signed and sealed by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Daly City this 14th day of April 2025. Okay. I don't think we have anybody to accept it. Okay. Does anybody of my colleagues would like to share anything? Good?
Okay, I just want to say that out there, as you know, it was Joyce Cabrera, and she also is she worked with Golden Gate and other special needs, and that people really need to know is, I guess during this time, that autism is not being funded as well, and that we need to think about and be cognizant of when they say the cuts for the Medicaid and things like that, who does it affect? Who does it really affect? Affects more than what you people really need. And to remember our special needs. So Joyce's son is grown now, but she continues to work hard for the special needs and the sensory, and give recognition to our recreation, who have created a sensory part of their event for the Easter, and which I really, really appreciate that they have made it sensory for those that are on the spectrum. And that it is that we need to be more cognizant of that, and for adults as well. And I thank the mayor for bringing this forward, and we can work together to bring more programs of caring and inclusiveness for that. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Yeah.
Are there any other comments? Councilmember Monal.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say thank you for bringing forth this important proclamation. I want to acknowledge the Enriquez family, who are parent advocates out there in our community. And, you know, for Mikey Jr., Eric Enriquez was the individual and family that had reached out and pushed for the Rainbow Bridge Park in the future. And I also want to say thank you to the teachers who work tirelessly to serve the youth and young people that are all abilitied. And so I just want to say thank you for what they do. I think there's so much more we can do as a community, and we're taking the steps to ensure there's inclusivity for all of those, for all abilities in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Are there any other comments? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, the approval of minutes for regular meeting of March 24th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the
I have a
minutes?
motion to approve, but Mayor, I just have one edit for Madam City Clerk. On the item in regards to the adoption to a city council internal discipline and censorship policy. I do remember offering that second to Vice Mayor.
Right.
If you recall, during the past meeting, because he had worked on it.
Right.
And so what it says on here is that I seconded, but I actually gave the opportunity to Vice Mayor because he worked on the policy.
Right,
So with that correction, then,
right.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo.
so hopefully, with that correction, then motion to approve.
Oh, okay. Second,
Okay.
with the correction.
Discussion?
Yes.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Yes, I do remember that I said I didn't want to be a part of the motion because I was on the committee and I thought it'd be a conflict of interest, but thank you for offering it to me.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
then I remember I said, "City Attorney, is it a conflict?" And she said, "No." And then
Thank you. Thank you for the
and so
thoughtfulness.
I was reading the minutes and noticed that, and so
Gotcha.
thank you, Madam City Clerk.
Okay. With the edit to the adoption of the censorship process, can we get a motion to approve the regular minutes?
Motion to approve?
Okay, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval for the agenda for today's meeting, regular meeting of April 14th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve agenda.
Glenn
Second.
Sylvester, second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Moving down to oral comments and public comments. I have two public comments, so you'll have 2 minutes to speak. My first speaker is Norm Torello. Come on down, Norm. And welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. That's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I did.
Thank you.
Oh, I remember.
Thank you very much.
I remember this.
This is great.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Norm Torello, and I'm the current president of MELP, Medical Equipment Loan Program. We recently have expanded, and I wanted to bring that to your attention. I've been to this council many times before talking about MELP, but we've expanded now to 325 Corey Way in South San Francisco, where we are offering free medical equipment. I want to emphasize free, no cost to anyone, no questions asked. They show up on a Saturday, they say what they need, they walk away with whatever we have. For this system to work, we also need to get donated equipment. We receive that on Thursday afternoon between 2 and 4. I encourage anybody who has medical equipment in their garage, attic, wherever, drop it by. We'll polish it, clean it up, inspect it, and get it ready to give out on Saturday. It's a great program. I also have 4 different pieces of literature in different languages. The English is in front of you, but we also have it in Spanish, Chinese, and Filipino. I love this program. This past year, we gave out over 6,500 items to over 2,000 clients. That's in the last in the last year, 2024. That is just out of our San Carlos facility because we only opened South San Francisco 2 weeks ago. I look forward to being able to do the same up here. I also want to let you know I tried to bring this to this city, and after 60 different messages to the city manager, I got 1 call, no interest. I wanted to bring it to 31 Bepler. It would have been perfect. I don't know if 31 Bepler is in use. We have a year lease. If you are still not using 31 Bepler, I'd love to bring it back to this city. This deserves to be in this city. Thank you for listening.
Great. Thank you so much, Norm, for that great information. Next up, we have Bill Hamilton. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. I don't represent any organization. I'm just representing myself and the people of my neighborhood. There's two issues I wanted to bring to the council's attention. I'm a merchant who rents a parking space at the top of the hill for a municipal parking lot. And I also feed homeless cats in that same parking lot, which I've been doing for about 14 years every day, and get them fixed and make sure they don't reproduce. And right next to my feeding station, homeless people are using it as a toilet. So I don't know if it's possible in the budget, but I would highly recommend getting a porta potty or something similar there to address the situation. And I don't know if it happens in other parts of the city, but I would even be willing to monitor it, keep it stocked with toilet paper and that kind of thing. And the other issue regards parking permits. I was just speaking to Chief Christensen about how there isn't any real enforcement of them. They, in the neighborhoods that have them, which I believe is mostly to deter people parking for BART, they don't get tickets. If they're expired, they don't get tickets, or they don't get cited. They don't get warnings, and people have 5, 6, 7 cars. These are free. Other cities charge for them. I know it would be expense and the population wouldn't like it, but I highly recommend that they get charged for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment, Mr. Mayor. According to, we can't act on any public comment
Yes.
at this particular time, but I do want to advise that I did get an email from Mr. Hamilton regarding this matter, and it's good to see the other gentleman here again for this. If I can ask, and I'm not taking any action right now, but these folks took the time to be here. If they can ensure that our acting city manager, Mr. Nevin, gets this information from both of you to forward to our city manager as well, and to our assistant city manager.
Oh, great.
Well, I just wanted to be sure. Thank you. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Vice Mayor, Mr. Sylvester. All right, moving down to the consent agenda. Can we get a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Glenn Sylvester, second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Down to item number 17, authorize the city manager to award contracts for the Muscle Rock Stability Project. So we have Mr. Chu. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. This item before you tonight is the authorization of the city manager to award contracts for the Muscle Rock Stability Project. The southern half of the Muscle Rock landfill revetment seawall, it has sustained some considerable damage over the years due to the wave action. The rock needs to be replaced so that it can fill the gap in the seawall to restabilize the seawall itself. City staff did file for an emergency coastal development permit with the California Coastal Commission in March, and that permit was issued in April this month. In addition to that, there's also been a noticeable increase in the rate of bluff erosion at the northern portion of the site below the upper disposal area. That area does not currently have any armoring of the slope to protect it from wave action. As a result of that, the wave action erodes the toe of the slope. It washes away the material, and the landslide works its way upslope to the upper disposal area as a result of that. City staff will be submitting another emergency coastal development permit to the Coastal Commission, requesting for the installation of a riprap revetment at that location as recommended by the city's consulting geologist. The seawall repair as well as the revetment installation is needed to reduce the risk of the landfill material from being undermined and getting into the ocean. Due to the increased rate of erosion that has been occurring, it is imperative that this work gets completed as quickly as possible. In light of that, per Public Contract Code Section 22050, Council may direct immediate action without giving notice for bids to let contracts. Based on the urgency of the situation, staff is recommending that the city forego the open bid process and authorize the city manager to execute contracts with the lowest responsible bidder based on proposals that we will receive that meet the needs of the situation. Staff is also recommending that the city manager be authorized to approve contract change orders and execute any necessary contracts with contractors, consultants, and inspection firms in order to complete the project. Currently, there's over $4 million in the Muscle Rock waste mitigation and the Muscle Rock landfill seawall repair project accounts that we can use for this work. Funding from the two project accounts will be transferred to this stability project for the work, and so no additional appropriation is needed at this time. So in summary, staff is recommending that the City Council approve the design documents for the 2025 seawall repair and also the recommendation letter for a revetment installation for the Muscle Rock Stability Project. Two is to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to award contracts for the Muscle Rock Stability Project to the lowest responsible bidders in a total amount not to exceed $4 million. Also give the city manager the authority to approve change orders within the not to exceed amount of $4 million. And finally, authorize the city manager to execute all necessary contracts to complete the project. That concludes my presentation. I would be happy to answer any questions that the council may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chu. Are there any comments from my colleagues?
Really quick.
Councilmember Manal.
I mean, I think this work is so important. We know how crucial it is to keep this work going. And so this is definitely a no-brainer in that respect. But we know our community members have seen this. It's and to do the work is crucial, both for the environment and just just for the our community as well. So thank you.
Ready to go.
Any other questions, comments from my colleagues?
Ready to go.
Seeing none, can I get a motion to adopt the resolution by roll?
Okay. Motion to adopt a resolution by roll call.
Okay. Roll call. Do I get a second?
Second.
Yeah. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Aye.
Ms. Perano, Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, aye.
Ms. Manalo,
Aye.
Dr. Rod.
Aye. Passes. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chu. Appreciate it.
Mr. Chu.
And you're not going anywhere yet, right? You're staying put.
I got one.
Okay. So item number 18, authorize the city manager to execute a construction contract for the Fire Station 95 diesel fuel tank replacement project. And you're back for part two.
Thank you. I'll try to make this quick. The above-ground diesel fuel tank at Fire Station 95, it has exceeded its expected lifespan. Has been approximately 30 years, and the design life is 25 years. The project scope includes decommissioning and disposing of the existing above-ground diesel storage tank, procuring and installing a new diesel storage tank, upgrading the tank monitoring equipment, and constructing a new concrete slab with a confinement berm around it. The proposed project is anticipated to have a total cost of $173,631. There are sufficient funds available in the Fire Station 95 diesel fuel tank replacement project account. Staff is recommending that the City Council authorize the city manager to execute a contract with Tech Accutite for the Fire Station 95 diesel fuel tank replacement project in the amount of $173,631, and authorize the city manager or his designee to execute all other necessary contracts to complete the project. That concludes my presentation. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Great, thank you, Mr. Chu. I'd like to open up to my colleagues. Any comments, questions? All right, seeing none, can I get a motion to adopt the resolution by a roll call vote?
Motion to approve?
We got a first, can I get a
Second.
second? Can we get a roll call vote, please, City Clerk?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, aye.
Ms. Manalo,
Aye.
Dr. Rod.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chu. Item number 19, increase funding for the utility rate assistance program to $50,000, appropriate $5,000 for year 2025. So we have Mr. Nevin.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Mayor, Honorable Vice Mayor, and council members. Item number 19 is a recommendation to increase funding for the utility rate assistance program to $50,000 and appropriate $5,000 for this fiscal year 2025. The utility rate assistance program, the proposed budget increase to the program seeks to provide households financial relief, ensure equitable access to essential water, sewer, and solid waste services, as well as promote sustainable utility usage among vulnerable populations. The utility rate assistance program was implemented in August of 2023. It has been effective. 163 households have saved almost $9,800. The original budget for the program was $10,000. Water assistance was just over $4,400, and solid waste assistance just almost $5,400. So the proposal is to increase the total budget to $50,000. Upcoming July 1st rate increases, there's a 4% water rate increase, a solid waste increase of 6.63%, as well as a proposed 9% sewer service charge, as we just looked at earlier this evening at the board meeting. Just to go back, this is the application that citizens have been using for our program, and we will accept applications once a sewer rate is approved for that portion. That'll be the third portion of our program: water, solid waste, and now sewer. It's based on first come, first serve. It's based on a fiscal year. Applicants may apply at any time during the year. And there were income limits by family size, as we saw when we initiated the program and it was first approved. The program is administered by the Department of Water and Wastewater Resources, as well as the Department of Finance and Administrative Services. The city team will administer applications, eligibility verification, and disbursement of assistance. And the outreach will continue to ensure community awareness and promote participation by qualified residents. And regular reporting by staff will be provided to the City Council regarding usage, program usage, financial status, and impact. So to summarize, the staff recommends that the City Council appropriate $5,000 of unallocated general fund balance and approve adding $40,000 to the utility rate assistance program for a total program funding of $50,000 to continue providing financial assistance to residents for water, solid waste, and sewer services. And staff's available for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Nevin. I'd like to open this up to my colleagues. Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
Thank you, Mayor. The URAP, how much is available to the applicants when they apply? In other words, do we pay 100% of their bill or just a certain percentage of it? Has that been defined?
A certain percentage. So basically, let's take the sewer rate increase because that's the newest one that will be implemented. So as of July 1st, if the district board approves rate increases of 9%, individuals that are applying to the URAP program will not see that increase. So basically, how it happens in practice is that the increase is delayed by 1 fiscal year. So that 9% increase would be calculated based on what their actual sewer service charge is, and they would be paying basically the current rate and not the rate at the 9% increase. And so every year they apply for extending in the program, and they will continue to see a 1-year delay in terms of their own increase for the program. And we're doing that with general fund money, so that it doesn't violate any California law in terms of subsidizing certain customers because we're doing that through the general fund. So it's a percentage of the bill. And if they're eligible, they could be eligible for all 3 programs: water, solid waste, and sewer service charges.
Thank you. And how long can someone remain on the program?
They can reapply every year. We have a very easy process for people to reapply. We sort of just roll them over into the next year, reach out to them, make sure that they're still eligible, and then they're rolled over into the next year.
So someone can be on the program for 20 years, just as long as they're eligible?
As long as they're eligible.
Thank you.
Just real quick.
Councilmember DiGiovanni.
So do they just come directly into finance, or to get the application for those that don't know how to go online?
Anthony, would you like to answer that question in
Or do
terms
they come
of
to
the
wastewater?
process for applicants and how that works?
Yeah, sorry. For especially the seniors that don't go online, or those disabled.
Sure. To answer your question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. So can they come in person, and where can they come in person?
Yeah, they can come to the Department of Water and Wastewater Resources at 153 Lake Merced Boulevard, and we have hard copies available in English, also in Tagalog, Spanish, and Chinese.
And what documents do they need to bring? Just proof of income?
Yes, correct.
Like a tax thing?
Pay stub, Social Security if it's some of our elder population that are on
Right.
fixed income. They can also bring, if they qualify for CalWorks, they can bring that documentation as well.
Okay.
Any Social Security documentation will qualify them.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Oh,
Hey, to just add a little bit to that. This council supports a lot of public outreach efforts at all the different events. And every time, almost every event, we have tables there and we bring this application with us.
True.
And hand it out to people. So we're doing a lot to try to give it out to people. Thank you.
yeah, you are. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, can I get a motion to adopt the resolution by roll call?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Okay. Ms. City Clerk.
Ms. DiGiovanni?
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester?
Glenn Sylvester, aye.
Ronaldo?
Aye.
Dr. Rod?
Aye. Thank you. All right, down to appointments. So, Board Commission Membership Committee appointments. Are there any Board Commission? Seeing none, going down to item number 20, Council Committee reports. Are there any Council Committee reports?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was at the CCAG meeting virtually, but I was still in attendance. We did do a resolution to approve $370,000 for the Bayshore Elementary and also Woodrow Wilson Elementary School Sustainable Streets Design. I want to acknowledge our Representative Mullen and Senator Padilla for supporting San Mateo Sustainable Streets. And, it's really important to ensure that we have safe routes for our children, and this is going to provide the funding to do so. And also, we had a presentation of the San Mateo County Smart Corridor, and that what that really entails is reducing congestion in specific areas where you see there's so much traffic. I think we see it here in our Daly City portion of 280, right by the Gellert area. It gets really congested there, but the implementation of the smart corridor really infuses technology so that, through signage, alerting those that are driving to let them know, what lies ahead, if there's an accident, all of these pieces. And so we had an update with the smart corridor project. And that is it for me, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Manalo. Councilmember Giovanni.
Thank you. I'll make my short, I'll defer for the next meeting, but in short, basic a part of that was I attended the walk audit with the county and our public works for safe routes to school, and which included obviously the principal, the students, actually the ones who always have a great input as well, and our great engineer Shirley Chan and the rest of the engineers. So it was a great one for Marjorie Tobias because of the way it is on Southgate, so to reconfigure everything. As always, all the input goes in and then the design comes. I know that this has been a big project and our public works is on top of it. I also want to extend that they've been very available to work with the school, and which I think is great. So, but the rest I'll defer till next time, in the sense of time. Thank you.
Councilmember Giovanni. Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I attended the Mosquito Vector Control District meeting on April 9th. And everything's the same as usual, with the exception we had a brief, I have requested it, but a brief demonstration on the use of AI, artificial intelligence. And so they gave that demonstration, but if you use the free version like I do, unless you pay for it, be careful of putting in sensitive information, because if you use the free version, the information that you put in goes to the parent company and they have that data.
Wow.
So just be careful in what you ask and just to be aware of that. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. As for me, I attended today, we had on April 14, 2025, we had a cannabis equity meeting with myself and Councilmember Teresa Perano. We're talking about cannabis equity workshop and its findings. So we were talking about developing a local social equity program in terms of outreach and education, their assessment, their program development, and then program implementation. So we talked about some key findings in terms of arrests and how we see that there is kind of like a unequal or disproportionate of folks that get arrested that are mostly from Black and Latino populations. And then there are specific most impacted communities that are in, I think it's on the Bay Shore. We also talked about talking about the cannabis regulatory landscape in Daly City. So we currently have 7 zones, but currently we have 2 in operations. So we don't have a full scope of all of our cannabis potential in terms of our tax revenues from that map that we have for cannabis. So what we're maybe looking at in the future is maybe expanding, because to look at it in terms of the map, we have 7, but actually 5 that could be operational, just because we have 1 that's in Westlake District and 1 is in Serramonte, which probably will not be operational, so might be thinking about maybe impacting something. We're also, or impacting, or not having cannabis in those 2 areas. Also, having equity retail licenses, and then also maybe looking at potential new cannabis use, such as distribution or micro businesses such as retail distribution and non-volatile manufacturing and like non-storefront retail. I think one of the benefits that came out of this meeting, specifically on the non-storefront retail, are things like deliveries. So you have so you decrease the amount of people that have storefront face-to-face. It doesn't have signage, so it can operate as a cannabis business, but doesn't have all the other face-to-face or optics that we see. So those are kind of the main points that we're looking at. And also potential program services, maybe when we're talking about the equity program, well, they can receive technical assistance, maybe financial assistance, equity licensing, and expungement services, just because of the way we are seeing how cannabis is now. It's a lot less stringent in decades past. So yeah, and I just want to really give a big acknowledgement to Maybell and Manio for putting it for our committee to really have it accessible for Councilmember Perano and I to really understand the whole equity assessment and its findings. Yeah, so we'll have probably some more information coming down the pipeline or in the future, but those are like the main highlights from the meeting. Okay. So, any other council committee reports? We'll go down to item 21. City council reports. Are there any city council reports? Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you, Mayor. I was able to go to a launch of a book called Patterns That Remain by Stacy Diane Arenas Litam at Centro Filipino, but really around looking at like the psychology of the past and looking towards really breaking patterns in the next generation. I'm just really thrilled that we were able to experience together as a council the inaugural Women's Commission together here. I think that was a momentous occasion, not only for our council, but for the commissioners that were present and their families. That there was, as you mentioned, Mr. Mayor, her story was made that day. And so I just wanted to say congratulations to the city of Daly City for moving us forward. And then also, of course, the Jigalchi ribbon cutting and the Daly City Mayor's Cup. Mayor
forgot
Rod,
about that.
you did amazing. I think next time it's you playing out there. I know you're itching to play. But, to bring back really something that was part of the Daly City culture as far as basketball and all of the small businesses really bringing community together at the War Memorial was really great to see. That something that happened in the past revived. When you see basketball as a very team-oriented sport, as well as all ages that were able to play, and also, that I think it's just bringing in health and the opportunity to continue to build community. And then congratulations to the George Washington Multicultural Night.
Wow.
I think that that was such a wonderful event for young people to be able. I remember my multicultural. It wasn't a day in Woodrow Wilson. So I still remember. It's like impactful in my mind, where they had asked all of the children to wear their heritage like not costume, but like attire. And I still remember it to this day, that all my classmates were able to share a piece of their culture. But it was we did it during, I think, spring, and it was Cinco de Mayo, but they all asked everyone, So that's a core memory. So congratulations, George Washington. Also, the Daly City Age Friendly Task Force That is continuing to build upon the plan that we all approved as a council. And congratulations, Mayor Rod, for the inaugural Arab American Heritage Month.
Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership on that, and to transform the parking lot into like a mini festival was actually amazing to see. I haven't seen that format before, right? And then I was saddened that I could not join you all at the 10-year anniversary, but congratulations to the Arts and Culture Commission for 10 years serving the community. I was there in spirit with all of you. I also attended an event for the National Crime Victims' Rights Week with DA Wagstaff. I think it's so important to ensure and honor the rights of victims. Sometimes they get the justice they deserve, and sometimes they don't. But nonetheless, they are victims of what has happened to them. And that event was powerful because it was letting the community know that you stand together with those victims. And I want to acknowledge the staff of the county that worked diligently to work with those victims of crime. Also was able to invite the Lucero Chan family to also be participating in that event of really shining light and support to victims. Also, the Songkran Festival happened at the State Capitol building. Council Member Praano was there as well with, it was really done by Senator Scott Wiener, State Controller Malia Cohen, Assemblywoman Catherine Stephanie, Assemblymember Matt Haney. It was really beautiful. It was the inaugural event to honor the Songkran Festival. We also had Daly City representation from Crew Sam, who has been a long time, who has brought Muay Thai into our community for decades. And it was so beautiful because his daughter sang their national anthem. And so it was really beautiful. And then was able to join the Recreation Resource Day Fair. I got to stop by for a little bit with my family. But well done, Denise Brown and team. And also Mayor Rod so eloquently, gave a proclamation to the Filipino Community Center, an organization who has not only helped in San Francisco, was crucial. We both attended their 20th anniversary. But if you look at the impact, they were one of the organizations that helped the Rainbow Bright victims that were in horrendous workplace abuse. And so their work not only transcends in San Francisco, but they also helped those victims and get out of kind of the workplace violence that they were enduring. And so, yeah, it has been busy, but I just wanted to say it was an honor to thank you for also allowing me to present with you,
Oh, yeah.
Mayor.
Sure. Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. Councilmember DiGiovanni.
I'll just start with the most recent and just go highlight a few. Well, today, I see our chief there. I guess he already knows that PD had a bocce tournament this morning with the seniors, and I guess they kept the trophy this year, our Daly City PD. They really showed up, and I don't know, they said they've been practicing somewhere, is what the seniors were saying, but it was really a lot of fun. The seniors really enjoyed the interaction with the officers. It looks like the officers were having a pretty good time themselves, and that's a big highlight for our community. The second was obviously, as Councilmember Manalo referred to, is our resource fair, as we all know, PD, wastewater, and as the director says, I'm sure those applications were there. Everybody, the library was there, and it's always a great thing and well-attended. I thought that there was a lot of people there. And then last but not least, let's see, a couple more here, was at the Councilmember Perrot, you and I attended to listen to Catherine Stephanie, our Assemblywoman, speak over in Colma, which was very well attended, and she went through a lot of the things that she's been working on for her current bills. And so people know you can only present 35 bills now. It used to be a lot more, but they're very limiting as many bills. And she's working on midwife, there's a certification that there's a midwife, because maternal health is so important, as we all know. So she's doing a lot of hard work. We need to support her. And the Women's Commission, as Councilmember Manalo acknowledged as well, it was very well attended, and that we have great commissioners. I think it's going to be a great fit with one another and well represented in our community. Looking forward to their meetings and all of our council. It was a positive vibe, and I think that this is going to bring, especially now, we need more than that. The arts and cultural thing was off the hook, the anniversary. The mayor really did some shout. I love the way he puts the vibe, as they said. He was doing a lot of shout out. And it was great. Even the DJ, he was also a regular artist. There were family, brother and sister artists upstairs, and incredible. The commissioners did a great job. It was really I think one of the most well-attended anniversaries that we've had. And to invite the public, really come in during the week, go upstairs and just bring your children or your aunts or uncles or whomever, and look at the representation of some of the reflections and some of that art with the collages of the Cow Palace, the lowriders. There was everything you need is right here at this Daly City Hall upstairs. So that would be a great thing to have as well. And I think that's it for now, and I'll save the rest for later. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And and before I forget, so most people already know this. So Chag Samich this is Passover, and so I want to let people know that it ends on the coming up, and then for people that are supporting their Holy Week as well, I know that we all come together as a community. It doesn't matter what we are, but we all stand for peace and for one another. So I think that's more important. Thank you very much. And for the first inaugural, I think again, like he had it in the parking lot. That was really important, and a lot of people commented that they felt welcome. It doesn't even matter that we have a large community here, but just so they know that they have a place to come and that they matter, because they're going through quite a lot as well. And sometimes it seems like things are out of control, but the idea that you did that to give them that space, that's huge. That's huge, and I think that's well meant, and they really felt it. And that smash burger, I have to say, when I saw wastewater having that smash burger, it was delicious. So looking forward to bringing that one back. But thank you very much. Thanks, Mayor, for doing that.
Of course. Thank you, Councilmember Giovanni. I guess first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the staff, Leilani, the folks upstairs, and all the staff members up and down Daly City for putting together. I know this past month, I can't remember all the events that we've done, but I feel like we've been just going through different activities, events, and it wouldn't be possible without all a collective effort. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And one short thing for the Mayor's Cup again, as we alluded to. He did mention that he might be putting on the uniform, and he might bring it next year. So let's just see.
One of the teams tried to recruit me already.
Gonna hold you to it. But thank you, it was great.
I just want to share a few things. On April 4th, I was able to attend the annual Island Fiesta that was put together by the students at Westmore High School, specifically the Westmore Filipino student organization called Barkada Club. We saw a vast amount of students that performed, and also the legendary Ruby Ibarra and her band, the Balik Lions, performed. And I did not, and this is her second performance after she had her child, and she's still fire. She's still so good. It felt like she transformed that whole little theater or the theater into a concert, and the students loved it. Um, and so I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Vargas and one of my former students who is a teacher there right now, Mr. Rico, who was my former student at Skyline. Great job to them. Um, Also on April 4th in the morning, I was able to do career day. So I saw a handful of folks that were from Daly City, folks from PD to folks that were from water, and different various leaders throughout the community. And then I was probably the most I've ever talked consecutively. I did 4 periods, did not rest at all. And so thank you for the folks at Thomas Rivera for inviting me to do Career Day. April 5th, which was Arab American Heritage Month, I wanted to say thank you to both Rami and Hiba for putting together the event. I think it was a great event for a first time event, and hopefully we could build upon that. Ditto on April 8th, the 10th anniversary of the Arts and Culture Commission. It's came a long way. It's definitely felt like a family reunion. And I think that one thing that art does, and a lot of the folks that shared their work, they lost a lot of people. And they're my friends. Some of them are their partners. And for some of them, their work is a way of their grief. And so in order to heal their wounds, they use their creativity as a way to heal. On April 11th, I was able to attend the Rock the School Bells conference, which is a hip hop education conference in Skyline College. I was able to moderate a workshop or a panel called the Philippine X American Hip Hop Panel, which included DJ E.T., who was the DJ for the Arts and Culture Commission, an upcoming Filipino American hip hop artist, Rocky Garcia, known as Rocky G, another up and coming Pinay Filipina artist, Jaya Biani. And then we have her artwork upstairs. We also hosted Vinicia Martinez. So I just want to say thank you for them for being part and participating in the panel that I moderated. And then there's some videos out there of me breakdancing.
What?
I did. So I gave the proclamation to Nate Novato, who is the coordinator and founder of Rock the School Bells and the Cypher Hip Hop Learning Community. And they had this lit up dance floor, kind of looked like a disco floor. And then the DJ put on some breakdance music, and everybody started clapping. And I was like, oh, they want to see me breakdance? So I did a breakdancing move. I'm just glad I didn't feel like I was in a car accident afterwards. So and my back is still intact. I was able to also attend Asian Pacific Americans in Higher Education in Oakland on April 11th. It was a gathering of all these folks from around the nation that are Asian American and Pacific Islander that focuses on higher education. So they're looking at best practices to up and coming leaders and everything from scholarship to experiences to best practices. And then I want to reiterate the 20th anniversary of the Filipino Community Center. I was there from the beginning. So before they're at their current location on Mission Street in Excelsior, we were in a church. And I shared a story about how my wife and I would bring our little infant, who is now 17, with us to work and to see it evolve and grow. And seeing the students that I used to work with that were our youth at that center are now the organizers and the mentors in San Francisco. And seeing all the folks that I've been able to work are now, leaders and executive directors of different Filipino American and Asian American community-based organizations up and down the state and in San Francisco. And I just want to plug in as well, April 24th and April 26th is the 20th anniversary of the Filipino Cultural Night at Skyline College. It's going to be put together by the Kababayan Learning Community. So just want to give that a plug. There are tickets on sale, so if you want to check it out, You can check out their Instagram account, which is the Kababayan Learning Community. Okay, and that's about it. I know we did a lot, so thank you everybody for those that attended and helped put these events together. It takes more than just myself as just the face of this thing. There's a whole group of folks that put this production together, so I really, really appreciate everybody's work. Okay, bring it down to staff. Is there any staff reports?
Mr. Mayor, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. No, go ahead.
I forgot one event I went to, and I just wanted
Go right
to
ahead.
acknowledge it, that I was able to join the Peninsula Council of Lions Clubs.
Oh, yeah.
It is their 60th annual event honoring our emergency personnel, our police, sheriff, and firefighters awards banquet, honoring courage, celebrating sacrifices, and they've been doing that for 60 years. Yeah, so thank you.
I forgot one more thing too. When was that? April. I think it was April 9th. Oh no, it was April 8th. Oh wait, let me check my calendar right quick. But either or, I believe it was April 9th. I was able to talk in front of the ASB for Westmore High School and their leaders, and talking about more than just becoming a mayor, but like what are the stories and experiences that people have gone through to arrive into the positions they're at. And the main message was, if you're in it to get accolades, if you're there to get status, become a leader, then you're in the wrong field, because ultimately the work that everybody does in terms of leadership should focus on the idea of service. And so thank you for Mr. Simon for inviting me at Westmore High School. Very early, 7:30 to 8:30, but I was there, I was alive. So thank you to those students out there as well. All right, item number 22, staff report.
Thank you, Dr. Mayor. I just have a very brief report, and that is to wish Director Cosgrove a very happy birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Josh.
Happy birthday.
We'll sing you happy birthday after the meeting. Unless you want a video record. No, I'm just joking. Okay, next up we have adjournment in memory. We have a few today, so I'm going to hand it over to Councilmember Manalo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to adjourn in memory in honor of Bonifacio Valera Jr., known to many as Bon Jun, Kuya Bon, or Tito Bon, who passed peacefully surrounded by family and friends in the early morning of March 26. Bon Jun was a pillar of the Filipino folk dance in the Bay Area, known for his work in teaching and educating those interested in Filipino folk dance. In 1988, Bon Jun founded the Barangay Dance Company and served as the company's artistic director until his passing. Bon Jun would teach community groups such as St. Thomas More Church, the Church of the Epiphany, to name a few. Additionally, Bon Jun and his dancers have supported many Filipinx student organizations at the local colleges across the Bay Area. As of late, Bon Jun, together with his dance director, Jay Tioseco, and dance assistant Alex De Leon, both alumni of Westmore High School, have worked with San Francisco State University, Skyline College, and University of Santa Clara with their annual Filipinx Cultural Night, or PCN productions, put on and organized by the collegiate student organizations. Bon Jun even established a resident folk dance troupe while teaching Philippine folk dance as a physical education course at Skyline College. Bon Jun was an avid traveler, traveling to the Philippines annually to research and learn dances to bring back to teach at the Barangay Dance Company, making him a master of Philippine dance in his own right. Under Bon Jun's direction, Barangay Dance Company has performed at the Pistahans Festival, the San Francisco Ethnic Dance Festival, the Balboa Park Centennial Celebration in San Diego, and Houston's Filipino Street Festival in Texas. Bon Jun leaves a 37-year-long legacy of Philippine dance to his dancers and barangay's leadership team led by Joy Ng, Jay Tioseco, and Alex De Leon. This is from the sister, and they wanted to say that they're so grateful to the council for taking the opportunity to honor her sibling. And so there is also a memorial scholarship fund to help provide financial support to the next generation of Filipinx cultural workers, artists, and musicians. And the GoFundMe is for Bonifacio Valeria Junior Scholarship Fund for the preservation of the Filipino arts and culture. And the sister says, on behalf of the Barangay Dance Company, we would like to thank the members of the Daly City Council for this time to recognize the significant impact of Bon Jun and his life's work on cultural preservation in the Filipino American community. I also want to acknowledge that I know that our city treasurer, she also was part of Barangay, and he had also touched her life, as countless others. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Manalo. And I remember Kuya Bon as well. We talk about Filipino Cultural Night. He taught like the folks at Skyline College, and so thank you for bringing that in, Councilmember Manalo. Are there any other adjournments? No? Okay, so I'd like to close on behalf of Cy Furman, who's the father-in-law to Police Assistant Garrett Kwan, Clarice Chetiden, who's the grandmother to Police Officer Rodney Chetiden, and Ezekiel Antonio Navarrete, son to Distribution System Operator Luis Navarrete. So with that, I'd like to offer a moment of silence. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.